This is ridiculously sad. I was surprised CNN covered this. Suspect in Charlotte train stabbing that killed a Ukrainian refugee is charged with a federal crime. And here's what we know. Here's the thing. If I saw this, if I seen this, what I think I did, this is not the first trouble we had with the law. The guy had a rap sheet going on Lord knows how long. He's a homeless ex-con. He committed a lot of various crimes and now murder. Yeah. And the funny thing is, they could have kept this animal behind bars or took him out via death penalty, but now it costs a lot of another person to finally get some reaction, and that's sad. This is what it says here. Like I said before, suspect Charlotte train stabbing that killed a Ukrainian refugee is charged with a federal crime. Here's what we know. The suspect in the grisly slaying of a young woman on a Charlotte light train now faces a federal charge in a case that could turn into a political lightning rod in the country where she has come to seek safety. And she comes to seek safety only to find death. And all people say, oh, what's the big... And I know how he's going to play. He's going to play political football and all that stuff. And then, let's just keep on what it says here. I think her name is Irina Sarutska. Fled Ukraine in 2022 with her mother, sister, and brother to escape the war with Russia. And she quickly embraced a new life in the United States, her obituary states. That's a doggone shame. On the night of August 22nd, moments after she texted her boyfriend to say that she would be home soon, a man sitting behind her on a train stabbed her 3 times in the throat in an unprovoked attack. Keywords unprovoked, like she just sitting there minding her business. This guy just right came out of nowhere and killed her. I'm sorry, if you stab someone in the throat, they are not going to survive. The suspect, 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown, had a long rap sheet and now faces a charge of first-degree murder and a federal charge of committing an act causing death on a mass transportation system. The guy could have been kept behind bars but decided to let him free. Smart move, yeah. Only cost a life, and Lord knows how many lives got destroyed or got harmed. The federal charges come with a possibility of a death penalty, too little too late, a punishment that President Trump said he supported in this case. U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson said Tuesday's prosecution is still investigating the case. There's multiple eyewitnesses. Are you serious? Now there's video footage too on top of it? What more you want? And here's going to be fun here. Democrat and Republican leaders have traded barbs on who or what is to blame. So you going to blame the woman? I'm going to hear this here. The debate simmers against the backdrop of the Trump administration vowing to fight crime by deploying federal troops in predominantly Democratic cities. Basically, in the same Democratic cities, crime is going wild. And the only people who are not complaining are the people who is grateful that the criminals have been taken care of. Now, members of the North Carolina GOP and the 12th Congressional District Republicans will speak at a joint news conference Wednesday to bring light to the failure of Charlotte's Democratic leadership to ensure public safety following the preventable murder of Sarutska, the Mecklenburg County Republican Party said. The event would take place at a light rail station. Here's what we know about the case polarizing opinion across the country. Okay, let me see if I read this correctly. This is what it says here. Suspect said he killed his victim because she was reading his mind, his sister says. Okay, number one, that's a lie, because if she read his mind and said what about to do, she would have left. So that's a lie. So you can kill that noise. This is what it says here. But that's what started mistakes off. The suspect said he killed his victim because she was reading his mind. No. For years, loved ones struggled to find Brown's the care he needed. Family members said, so the guy is mentally unstable and you let him out in the streets? Yeah, that's smart. That's real smart. Brown has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and suffered from hallucination and paranoia, his sister Tracy Brown said. She said her brother had told her multiple times the government had implanted a chip. Okay, Find the chip, I'd be convinced. Other than that, I don't want to hear it. I knew he was battling something, but I want to know what it was. Well, unfortunately, something failed somewhere because, number one life was lost, and Lord knows how many else got damaged or destroyed in his path. Brown was sometimes aggressive and attacked his sister in 2022, Tracy Brown told CNN. Though her brother was arrested that night, she decided to drop the charges out of concern for her brother's mental health issues. Should have kept him somewhere where he got some help. But it wasn't Brown's only run-in with the law. He had several convictions on his record, including armed robbery, felony, larceny, and breaking and entering. Brown spent more than 5 years behind bars with robbery with a dangerous weapon, state records show. He was released in 2020. He didn't seem like himself and struggled to hold conversations and jobs, his sister told CNN. Their mother had tried to get him placed in a long-term facility, Tracy Brown told CNN, but her attempts failed because she wasn't his guardian. Tracy Brown said that she talked to her brother after his arrest and asked him why he attacked the woman in the train. His response was because she's trying to read my brain. That's a lie because she was sense was in his head, she would have left. His January release stokes controversy. Oh, this should be interesting here. Early this year, Brown was charged with misuse of 911, a Class 1 misdemeanor, after he allegedly asked officers to investigate a man-made material that controlled what he ate, walked, and talked, court document states. Okay. Officers told Brown that the issue was a medical issue and there was nothing more that he could do. Brown became upset and called 911, the record states. A condition of his release was his written promise to appear for his next hearing, according to court records. The White House said his release left him free to slaughter an innocent woman just months later. I'm sorry, that is true. If this guy is potentially dangerous, let him out on the streets. It's the worst thing you can do. CNN has reached out to Brown's public defender, the Mecklenburg County District Attorney's Office, and the magistrate judge who ordered his release for a comment. Yeah, I want to hear about this. Even through Charlotte's mid-year stats showed a 25% decrease in violent crime compared to the same time last year, Trump said North Carolina needs reform. I'll put it this way, though. Yes, there's a drop in crime, but still one death, one murder is still one death, one murder too many. So stop being so quick to rest your law and say, okay, it's one death. No, one death, one murder is still one too many. North Carolina, every state needs law and order. And only Republicans will deliver it, Trump says on social media. I'll put it this way. I'd like to hear, please name me one Democrat who's not afraid to take a very strong stance against crime. I mean, some of these Democrat cities seem to have more problems with crime than Republican cities. People say it was the other way around. If does Republican cities say it has more crime than Democrats, let me know in the comments down below. And chances are there might be some. But at least that's the case. The Republicans had no choice but to put the pedal in the metal. It's like, I got to get this fixed. But some for the reason, Democrats had a reputation of being soft on crime. This is going to get us right here. The office spar over who's to blame. Basically, we're playing the blame game here. Charlotte's Democratic Mayor, Vi Lyles, blamed a tragic failure by the courts and magistrates and called improved mental health care to help prevent tragedies from evolving in these crises. Too little, too late. A life had to be lost to bring it into light. Goes on to say, we need bipartisan solution to address repeat offenders who do not face consequences for their actions and those who cannot get treatment for their mental illness and are allowed to be on the streets, Lyles say. She also announced an increased security and law enforcement presence on Charlotte public transit. And now, after someone got killed, then you got... Stop being reactive, start being proactive. This is ridiculous. But Republicans accuse Lyles and the criminal justice system of being soft on crime. They said men with Brown's record should be on the streets at all. A Trump administration official also criticized the mayor's stated gratitude to those who choose not to share gruesome video footage of the cutting. Like I said, I understand why you shouldn't share it. I mean, it's much. It's just re-traumatizing the victims' families and friends. I get that. Those videos should be turned over to the authorities. They can analyze, like, okay, why he did it and all that stuff. Charlotte's man doesn't want the media to show you the ugly truth. Why? Because she and other public officials in her city bear responsibility. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy posted on X. Hold on a second here. Charlotte's mayor doesn't want the media to show you. Oh, I already said that already. Stephen Miller, White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, posted about the stabbing on social media and blasted major media organizations for what he described as lack of coverage. Basically, you're not talking. So far, like I have to disagree because CNN actually talk about it, and it talks at great length about it. Duffy said he's investigating the possibility of cutting federal funding from Charlotte's light rail system. Okay, that would not be a good idea. People still need public transportation to get from point A to point B. I can't put money today for the transit system, Duffy told Fox News, Sean Hannity on Monday. We start the investigation tomorrow, and I guarantee you, all your viewers, that if I find out what I think I'm going to find out, they're going to have your federal tax. They're going to have your federal tax dollars going to their public transportation system. And talk about how this refugee is a good person, had a heart of gold. She's says here that for the Ukraine to the U.S. Okay, for the Ukraine to the U.S. Those who knew Saratuska says she brim with potential, a talented artist, quickly becoming fluent in English, found work at a pizzeria, and dreamed of becoming a veterinary assistant. Saratuska graduated from Synergy College in Kiev with a degree in art and restoration, her obituary says. She shared creativity generously, gifted her family and friends with her artwork. She loved sculpting and designing unique, eclectic clothing to reflect her vibrant spirit. Zadruska also had deep love for animals. She wanted to become a veterinary assistant. She often cared for her neighbors' pets. And many fondly remember seeing her walking them through the neighborhood, always with a radiant smile, the tribute states. She attended Rowan Cabarrus Community College from 2023 to 2025. A spokesperson told CNN. She was also a beloved co-worker at Sabetti's Pizzeria. We not only lost an incredible employee, but a true friend, the restaurant posted on social media. Aria, right now, we miss you more than words can say. Okay. Despite the horrors of the war in her home country, Satuska says she had a heart of gold, a family friend to a CNN affiliate, WCNC. She was always very helpful, supportive. She said the friend identified only as Lonnie. She was a sweetheart, and it makes me sick to think that she's gone. Yeah, it is just downright tragic. Lonnie described the daily bombing of Satuska, bombing is endured in Ukraine, and the agony of not knowing if you're going to live or breathe another day. That's kind of messed up. This person survived the horrors of Ukraine, only get murked here. Land of the free, home of the brave. That is messed up. But no one expects Saruska to die so young in Charlotte. It's very, very sickening and sad that we live in such an evil society today. Yeah. And Indians talk about how, let's wrap it up here. Let's wrap this up quick. I think Saruska was a kind, hardworking young woman who built a new life in Charlotte, working full-time at a pizzeria while attending community college to improve her English, and her family said in a statement, "We are heartbroken beyond words. Irina came here to find peace and safety, and instead her life was stolen from her in the most horrific way," a family spokesman said. "No family should have gone through this. The grieving family is now demanding change, citing a lack of Visible and effective security on the Charlotte area transport system Blue Line, CNN has reached out to Katz for comment. The family is also calling for a full investigation into the circumstances leading to Zaruska's death, including a lapse in security protocols and failures within the public transportation system. Charlotte city officials to publicly address failures and enact reforms. Public media to avoid further spread of graphic footage of stabbing. This could have been anyone riding on the light rail that night, family said. We are committed to making sure this never happens again. I'm not gonna lie to you. Being from New York, I ride a train, especially at night, and it seems like now I'm to a point that every time I ride a train, I'm gonna wonder if whoever person is next to me, is this person's okay? Is this person gonna be a problem? Is this person gonna be a threat? This country got to do a lot better at making sure that people who are mentally ill and potentially dangerous to the public should not be out on the streets causing this type of disaster. But it's more of a disaster. It's a tragedy that could be easily avoided. And this person had a long rap sheet. This is not like his first time. This guy had been committing crimes for Lord knows how long. What are your thoughts on it, folks? Tell me your thoughts on it. And most of all, be safe out there. Be kind to each other. Peace and love.